Hey, Allie, what's going on? Good to have you on the podcast.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, we made it work because I'm pretty sure you might be the second person actually I've interviewed in Australia. So how early is it over there right now?
It's 6 a.m.
But it looks really bright, which is
Yeah, the sun rose at like 5 a.m., so I've been up for a while.
damn. How early do you usually get up?
Yeah, around 5, 5:30, because I have lots of American clients, so I have to wake up to talk to them.
That's crazy. What kind of clients are they?
Online coaching, so I personal train them online through an app.
What app is it?
It's called Trainerize.
Okay, so
On
you're basically you're hitting both demographics in terms of you're monetizing both demographics. You got your OnlyFans for the dudes, maybe some women potentially, and then you have training, but your training is just for women, or do you work with men as well?
No, just girls. Yeah, I just do women training, but then yeah, I've got the OnlyFans because my TikTok following's so like 50-50 that I might as well make a business out of both sides, I guess.
I think you're the only one who, I mean, not that I know too many OnlyFans girls, but I have had them here on the podcast, and you're the only one I know who I think is successfully monetizing both in the sense that they're just different businesses. So all the guys want to look at your butt, and all the women want to have your butt. That's what it feels like.
I guess. It's a good way to put
Right?
it.
I don't know. You have a million on TikTok. Why do you think you have a million followers on TikTok?
Yeah, I'd probably say because of my butt. That's the only videos that ever go viral. I'll do like a scientific, try really hard on a video and it'll get like 10 views. And then I will post a really pointless video with my butt in it and it will get like 25 million. So,
Yeah, that's probably the same reason why porn sites are some of the most viewed websites in all of the internet. Just because this is humans, right? This is what gets the attention. Now, when you
yeah.
say you put out a scientific video, what do you mean a scientific video exactly?
Oh, like I'll post videos like how to target your quads versus your glutes, or something that's like more informative than just me turning around. But it never really does as well as the really stupid ones I post.
How long have you been doing TikTok for?
About a year.
Okay. When did you start to go viral? Like what's your story where things started to blow up?
I had one really viral video January of last year, and then ever since then it's just grown like crazy. The algorithm's so weird. You can blow up on TikTok in a second.
I know, it's crazy. I
Yeah.
have a quarter million right now on TikTok. I started in May. I don't show my butt, so maybe that's why I don't have a million. But I give dating advice, and I find it interesting too. For when I put TikToks, I never know what's going to go viral either. I've had plenty go viral, but most of them don't. Just kind of how it goes.
Mhm.
And and the ones that do go viral, I never can figure out why. Like I just put out a video recently, I think it was last week, that went viral, and it was a topic that I knew I wanted to put out because I'm not trying to go viral for every video. I'm just putting out information for everybody. And this one specifically, I was like, this is not going to do that well. I wanted to put it out anyways because it was niche content. So the content was how to go out to meet women when you're alone. So
Oh
like
yeah,
basically how to go out when you don't have a wingman, and it's at 500,000 views, and I was just shocked. Like, how did that one? I didn't
yeah.
realize that people wanted to learn about that, right? Do you ever have ones where you're doing butt stuff and it doesn't go viral and it bombs, or do they all just do very well?
I feel like now that I've reached a million followers, a lot do well, even if they are bad videos.
How do you manage the haters on there?
Oh, I don't. I'm just used to it. I think it's funny. Like my friends will come over and we'll sit on the couch and read my TikTok comments. Like, honestly, some of them are pretty creative, but yeah, it doesn't really hurt my feelings anymore. At first, it kind of did, so I stepped back for a while on TikTok because I was just like, wow, these people are super mean. But it's really good for my
Yeah.
business, so I got back on it.
Yeah. And especially when they're leaving comments, it's like, thanks, haters, leave the comments. It just helps make the video go even
E-
bigger, right?
Exactly. You're giving me more more views.
Yep, precisely. Okay, so how old are you again?
23.
23. 23, you got a million on TikTok, you got a big OnlyFans. Do you know how big you are on OnlyFans?
I made a new account, so I've only had this account for a week and a half, I think. I'm moving my old people from my old account to my new one, and I think I'm in the top 1.9 already.
How many, and then how many subscribers do you have on there?
Oh, I'm not even too sure. I don't because it does
I thought it says.
after. Well, it does tell you, but after a certain amount, you can turn it off the top of your profile, and I have mine turned off, so I don't really go and check. Like, if that makes
Oh.
sense.
Yeah, well, why do you turn it off?
I don't know. I'm scared my I don't want my parents to like go on there and see. I don't know. I just try to keep it as
And
private as
see what? How many
possible.
people are following you? Won't they be proud of you?
Yeah, I guess. I just try to keep it as private as possible until someone subscribes, then they can see whatever.
What would you do if your parents found out?
Oh, they're probably gonna listen to this podcast, so I'm exposing myself.
Let me tell you something. There's not a chance in the world they're going to find this podcast.
Well,
This
if I post
podcast
it, they
gets a
will.
lot of downloads. What'd you
Yeah.
say? Oh, if you post it. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
if you post it, they will. So are you going to post it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just block them from my story.
Okay. Okay, there you go. So, would they disown you? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Oregon.
Your parents, if they found out, it sounds like you don't really care if they were. You'd be a little bit embarrassed, but you'd be like, okay, whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean like the things. Yeah, I mean whatever. I do the most random stuff. Like I just moved to Australia one day, then I started on TikTok. Like I don't think they'd be really surprised by anything I did anymore.
They'd be like, oh, this is so random. This is very on brand for Ali, just doing
Yeah.
random stuff. I feel like your fitness coaching business is like almost a cover up for all the money you're actually making in OnlyFans. Is that right?
No, I love coaching. That was like what got me to where I am. So I wouldn't call it a cover up. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. Where do you make most of your money from?
I'd say it's 50-50 right now.
Okay. How much do you
Yeah.
make per month?
Per month? Oh,
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm so
Like
new
total, like
to
combined with everything.
Yeah, well, I'm so new to like the OF. It's like very fresh as in like a couple months or no, a couple weeks. Like I've only been doing it for maybe like 2 months really trying to do it. So it's not really I don't have an exact number cuz it's just growing and growing, you know?
Yeah. Well, how much did you make last month on it in December?
I think around like 7,000 USD.
Okay. Those are rookie numbers. We got to bump that up.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my first month on it though, like ever.
So you're 23, you're single, you're living in Australia. Are you dating right now?
Like dating someone or dating multiple people?
All the above.
Kind
What
of,
is your
not
dating? What is your
really.
dating situation?
I'm like the most single person I know. I don't really
What
date.
does that mean?
Yeah, I just don't
You
really
don't date.
date people. Yeah.
How come? Most women want to date people. How come you're not?
I don't know. I probably went on 2 dates total last year in the whole year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just doing casual hookups with guys?
Sometimes. Yeah. I feel like I usually have a roster
So
going, you know?
you have a roster. Okay, so what is your roster right now? You don't have to use their real names, and they're not listening to this. I can tell you that much.
Well, I'm scared they're gonna find this. I only really have two people on my roster right now. Two,
Okay.
two of them.
And how often are you seeing them and sleeping with them?
Really not as often. I go through phase like when I'm in a party phase, when I'm out partying a lot and drinking, I definitely am a lot more, but now I've just been so busy with work. I maybe once every 2 weeks if that.
How come you don't want to date? Is it just a lot of work, or I mean, could you see yourself getting into a relationship with any of the guys? I'm not trying to convince you, by the way. I'm just kind of, I'm
No,
peeking
no.
in. I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, no. I just don't really trust many people. I see a lot of my friends are in relationships and I don't think any of them are genuinely happy, and that just doesn't
Really,
intrigue me. Yeah, I don't know if it's my age or what, but I feel like every single one of my friends secretly wants to be single, guys and girls.
really. So your
Yeah,
friends who are in relationships, your girlfriends who are in relationships, they're they're just unhappy.
yeah, most of them. Oh,
Please expand.
I feel like they're just always complaining about their boyfriends or that they want to be single so that they can go do this or that their boyfriend liked this girl's picture and now they're in a fight. I don't know. It's just always them fighting or wanting to be single, and
They want to be single to do this and that. What's this and that?
uh I don't know, like to go. We always talk about going to trips to LA, or like when I go back to America, they want to come with me, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be single when I do that." But just little comments like that make me feel like they don't really like their significant other.
Interesting. I wonder. Hear me out on this theory. I wonder
What's
if it's the drama that's actually keeping them in.
like they like the drama?
They think subconsciously they like the drama. Yes, because
100%,
it's a
I would
spike
agree
of
with that.
emotions that keep things interesting.
It's always my most dramatic friends that are in the most dramatic relationships, and I feel like they live off of the drama. Like if there's not drama, they'll make it.
Oh, that's so God. See, these are the women I'm telling my friends. My friends. I guess they are my friends. The podcast listeners. My friends, the podcast listeners, everyone I know. I'm trying to get them to stay away from your friends. Those dramatic girls.
Yeah. I would, yeah. That's a good advice.
Like, okay, let's you're okay. Let's dive even deeper. Has a friend ever told you something that they've done specifically to cause drama in the relationship when there wasn't drama there already? Like, what shit have they started?
Yeah, definitely. I can't think of a specific example.
Try hard. You can do this. Hallie, we're all counting on you.
I don't know. Like my friend the other day, we went shopping, and this is just a really random example. She's hooking up with this guy, but they were in a fight or whatever. So she sent him a picture of these two dresses and was like, "Oh, which one should I wear on my date tonight?" Sorry, I meant to send that to Allie, like just to get a rise out of him to see, to prove that she was going on a date with another guy. Just like stupid stuff like that.
I can only imagine what that person's like in an actual relationship. I wonder how much other nonsense she's creating. So, okay, then you know what? I'm going to say this. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I really do think that you seem like a person who is pretty non-dramatic or not interested in drama, and I would think that because you're not in any relationship.
Yeah, I'm actually I don't I hate drama. If there's drama, like I know every girl says that, but I actually am very not dramatic. I think it's funny when my friends are, but that's just not me.
Okay, so you're not in any relationship. Do you ever have guys hitting on you when you're going out? So when you leave your house, do you have guys that approach you?
I'd say pretty much every time we go out, a guy hits on me or any of my friends. But another a problem is I go out with my guy friends every time I go out. I feel like that stops a lot. Like when I go out with my guy friends, I don't really have people come up to me ever, but if I go out with my friends that are girls, we pretty much have someone come up to someone at some point.
Has that been successful at all? I mean, have you slept with and or dated any guys that have cold approached you when you're out with your girls or wherever?
Yeah, definitely. If they're not creepy about it.
They're not creepy about it. What does that look like?
Um just like if they come up and try to talk to me and all my friends and like they're actually just being genuinely nice person, then I'll probably be fine with them, like, hanging out with us and getting to know them. But if they come up and start being weird, which is what most of them do, we'll just take a free drink and run away.
Of course. Okay, so tell me more about that. Like, what does a guy do to be creepy or weird or
If they're either one, obviously like too drunk and being like just really gross and drunk, then no. Or if they say anything like super sexual within the first like 2 minutes of meeting them, then I'm just put off by that. That's what a lot of them do, I feel like.
there's a massive debate on the internet about women giving more leeway to a man who's very physically attractive, right? So a guy, picture that as you will, whatever guy to you is very physically attractive, where you would just see him across the bar and say, oh, he's hot, without even him having to come up to you, right? Have you had guys like that who you're like, wow, he's very physically attractive, but he's come up to you and he's behaved in a creepy or weird way that you just described? Do you think you give that person more leeway? And be honest here. There's no judgment. Are you giving that guy more leeway because he's more physically attractive, or are you rejecting those guys too?
I feel like potentially I could give him a bit of leeway, but I know some of my friends, they're like, I don't care what that guy's like. I don't care if he's hot. I'm going to hook up with him. Like, I have a couple friends that are like that. But then myself, if I get the ick and like you're weird, I just can't do it. I hook up with a lot of ugly guys. Wait, what?
Okay, well, I guess you just answered my question. You hook up with a lot of ugly guys. Um, so why are you hooking up with them if you think they're ugly?
Well, I mean, my friends mostly are the ones that are saying they're ugly, but I just like their
Well, of
personality.
course,
Like,
you think they're attractive on some level, or else. But you're calling them ugly. So what do you think's happening there?
no, I mean, okay, not ugly, just like not the most attractive people. My friends always say that I could hook up with way hotter people, but I don't, because all the hot people have no personality.
You just proved a point that I've been talking about for 600 episodes on this podcast and over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Is that women, such as yourself, will hook up with a guy or date a guy who they don't necessarily find that physically attractive. But if he's got a personality, it can win you over. But I don't want to necessarily put those words in your mouth. Is that true or is that not true?
No, yeah, that's like literally what I was just saying. 100%.
I know it might be hard for you, but just kind of work with me here. Like you say, like personality. Like are a couple personality traits that make you go, wow, I want to take this guy to bed. Like what is a personality trait that really turns you on or makes you really excited about a guy?
I feel like this is really basic, but if they're
No, it's
funny,
fine.
if someone's funny, like I'll just want to hang out with you forever. I don't care what you look like. Like I just love someone that can make me laugh or someone that's really confident. Like I think it's hot when a guy doesn't care if he's about to get rejected and will just come up and try and then like yeah, just the confidence. Those are the two main things I feel like I really like in a guy.
Ellie, I have good news and bad news, and
Oh
they're both the
no.
same. You're about to get DM'd by a lot of men now that you have said some of these things. Even though I think most women do think this, but they don't have they're it's hard for a lot of women to describe it. Speaking of DMs,
Hmm.
what are some crazy DMs you've gotten?
Like the dick pics, the gross old men, the sugar daddy ones, all the classics.
Have you ever gotten a dick pic picture and you're like, oh, actually, it's not so bad?
Literally yesterday, I was opening my DMs and I got one of my friends like, "Oh, that one's not too bad. Like, you should reply." And I was like, "No way. If you start the conversation off like that, there's no chance I'm replying ever."
That is so funny. Was it the guy or the penis that was not so bad?
Oh, there's no face in it. It was just straight
Okay.
penis. Yeah.
Have you ever responded to a DM of a person you didn't know?
Most if I can tell they're like a real account and they're somewhat normal, then sometimes I'll reply. if they're in Australia too.
Have you ever been on a date with anyone who cold DM'd you?
No. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I have one
What
time.
happened there?
I think we went on one date and I never talked to him again, but he was pretty cute.
What happened? Why didn't you see him again?
He actually talked about his ex girlfriend pretty much the whole time we were hanging out.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, it was
you were so
rough.
close. You DM'd her and you got the date, and then you talked about your ex the whole time.
Oh, I saw her mom's Facebook profile. He was showing me pictures of her. It was terrible.
Okay, so you're only dating a few guys right now. So what else can you say about attraction? Like what else do you think makes you wanna like you have a couple guys you said on rotation.
I've got a couple. Sometimes it's zero. It just depends.
And what makes you wanna see them again?
I don't know. I don't really go out with guys much, but like the ones that I do go out with, it's usually them messaging me like, "What are you doing Thursday at this time? We're gonna go do this. Are you free?" If you're gonna like those kind of guys, I'll hang out with again. But if you're just kind of like, "Oh, what do you want to do?" I usually will just not reply or be like not as keen to go out and do something with you.
Yeah, so you like guys who are dominant.
Yeah, I guess. I just like, yeah, I like if you plan something and tell me when to be there and what we're doing, like, that's way better than
Hmm.
just trying to hit me up at 10 p.m. and being like, what do you want to do?
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, that's what I teach here, and I teach in my system is to be dominant, which means to just be certain and decisive and take the lead. So would you say those are attributes that you're finding attractive here?
Yeah, definitely. A girl doesn't want to be the one to like make the move or like tell you what you want to or tell you what to do, you know? Like she wants you to ask her to do it, I feel like in most circumstances. So when a guy just does that and plans it out, a girl's way more likely to go and do that.
It's like such a simple little thing. Like all a guy has to do is just kind of take the lead, and most women like that. Would you say most women like that? Like, do your friends like that?
Yeah, we were just talking about this in one of my podcasts we were doing. We were talking about dating, and me and my friend were like, all you have to do is just be dominant. I think 98% of girls would like that and like say yes to that rather than just being like, "Oh, what do you want to do? Oh, what are you doing right now?" Like just make a plan, and if you get rejected, then you're in the same spot you were in before, not hanging out with me, you know? Or like hanging out with a girl. So might as well just try.
Right. It's like that. I agree with that. It's like you want to take the lead because first of all, that's attractive, and second of all, yeah, you might as well. It's like
Yeah.
what do you have to lose? I think a lot of guys who don't understand about taking the lead or being dominant feel like they're I feel like guys are almost testing the woman's attractiveness to them. They're like, "Oh, I want to see if she likes me," so they kind of let a little bit of space open for maybe the woman to do something. I know
Hmm.
that's what I believed a couple decades ago when I was learning this stuff. I can't believe I just said a couple decades. Man, I'm that old. I'm only 36. But when I was, in my early 20s, I was definitely kind of almost, you're almost testing a woman's interest by not taking the lead. And
Hmm.
guess what happens?
Then she's not
Nothing.
interested.
Well, nothing
Oh,
happens.
oh yeah.
She's waiting for the guy to do it, right?
Yeah.
That's, that's what ends up happening.
Is it
So,
because most guys are scared to do it?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, they don't want to get rejected. I
Yeah.
think anyone is scared to do it. We're all scared to do it because then we don't want to get rejected. But I try to convince guys as much as I can in the same way that you kind of just did. Is like, we'll do it because it's attractive, and B, they're not going to do it. So if you don't do anything, you're going to be in the exact same place. But a lot of guys who are working on themselves have fragile egos. So what happens is
Yeah.
they don't want to put themselves out there because they don't want to be in the position where okay, now their ego is broken. Plus, they are not able to go out with the girl from asking her. So that's what makes
Hmm.
it tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Allie, this has been fun chatting with you. where can guys find you and see more of your stuff?
All of my accounts are at PT with Allie, Ally. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. PTWITHALLY.
It does, and we'll put that in the show notes so guys can check you out, and they can see what you're doing on TikTok and on your Instagram. I'm sure you're going to get some DMs. If you do, and someone says hello from a Trip subscriber, please be nice to them.
I will,
That,
just for
that would
you.
be that would be awesome. And hey, why not? Any last thoughts or comments to all the guys out there who are trying to work on themselves?
Be confident, and you'll get any girl you want. I promise. Fake it till you make it.
Okay,
That's my
make it to you make
advice.
it. I do give that advice, right? Okay, well, as you guys know, I teach you how to be confident, but you heard it here. Once again, confidence wins the battle. Confidence is important. Allie, thank you so much. Thanks for being
Thanks for
here,
having me.
and and good luck with everything.